Written by Murphy. This is a book review of Censorship Now by Ian F. Svenonius. I found this book because I wanted to read something about censorship, and it popped up. Turns out he is a punk rock bassist, and so he's a guy that has been in the punk rock scene. This book kills it. I love this book because he is doing what I miss happening. This book was published in 2015. A very good year. It was published, and the guy is exploring all kinds of boundaryless ideas, and he's using gorgeous academic style writing, these essays. Censorship Now is the name of the first essay that he wrote, and he's saying we need more censorship. Is it irony? Maybe. Is it satire? Maybe. Or maybe it's just exploring an idea. He's saying we need censorship because censorship will stop the corporatized, bland art that is being produced. Censorship will make art better. But I'm not entirely sure. He put a lot of ideas in there, and I could follow down the trail of a bunch of them, which is gorgeous. Ideas that aren't already thought up. Let's not take the cake that was given to us and divide it into even smaller slices. No, let's make a new cake. He reminded me, it brought me right back to early days in college when we really were thinking of ideas. When we thought of this for the first time ever. We hadn't, but we were thinking about it for the first time ever. And that was very exciting. And I believe that all of us human beings can have a new idea at any time in our lives. And it is valuable to explore that idea. It's valuable to stretch it and see, well, if this is true, what else would be true? And what does it mean? He has this essay that says, well, the geopolitical forces of the world are based on sugar production because sugar is so addictive and we will do anything for sugar. What an incredibly amusing essay. Is anybody else saying that? I don't think so. I think that was his own genius idea. And bravo. Yeah. Let's be silly. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the history and the influences and what makes the world the way it is and how do we want the world to be. It was beautiful to read this book. It was very high language, but it was well done. I like this guy. I think I'll read the rest of his books, and I hope that he's still out there making things now, because right now it's way too serious. It feels like we are cramped in our minds. Have you noticed I like to read? Yeah, I like to read. But the ideas that are out there are so cramped right now. I've been having to go way back 50, 100, 200 years ago to find ideas that aren't being explored right now or aren't tied down. This one is modern. And he's exploring all the ideas. This is what I read books for. I want to explore the ideas, and he does it brilliantly. I love this book. It's gorgeous. I want to find more people who are willing to stretch out ideas and see, well, what if we did this? And what if we look at it that way? And not being bound by the borders that we are given. Let's, in our minds, think about how the way the world could be. Then maybe we won't have to blow it up, and we can do a organized, bloodless revolution that includes for everybody, that includes place for everybody. Being that he is a rock and roller, he talks about the history of rock and roll in a lot of his essays. As he sees it, as he should. He says, rock and roll is highly individual. I'm like, yes, it is. And I'm ready to go back to my rock and roll roots, my individual roots, my creative roots, and explore ideas and stretch things now, which is beautiful. He blew my mind open. And I want more. And I feel like we could all do this if we have the courage and the creativity to Let our minds free. Explore some ideas. What would happen if you look at it this way? Exactly. Yes, let's look at it differently. Thank you, Ian Svenonius. Censorship Now. I'm going to read it again. I think you all should read it too. What do you think? Let's keep the conversation going.